If you're slightly disappointed because you thought that She-Hulk was going to be an MTV show about Hulk Hogan transitioning, then this is the right podcast for you. Welcome, folks, to the Two Words Podcast.
Normally, intros are like a riff on an old promo or something. That was something else.
This was something different. And welcome back to the Two Words Podcast, where we're talking about minor titles. But in this segment, we're not talking about minor titles, so I don't even know why I brought it up.
But we're talking about this thing that we're not talking about yet.
This is why you write down your prompts, and I don't. So recently, as we've been clamoring about, Triple H has been named the head of creative for the WWE after Vince McMahon has stepped down as CEO. And he's done some things we already love, and we've talked about him last time on our podcast. But since then, several recently released wrestlers have come back, and it really seems to be Triple H's guys.
Right. For the most part.
So we saw Karrion Kross came back with Scarlett. They hired both of them
back. Love it.
Good.
And the original format too.
Yeah,
this is NXT version.
Yeah. He's not in that weird are we allowed to say sex dungeon suit?
Well, I mean, here we are. It had the Black Widow symbol in the middle of it. Like, that's just confusing in our MCU era.
Yeah, it was that suit that there's the picture of Sean Connery right after he did 007 and he filmed some movie where he was in the weird red getup. Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
Fortunately, we're done with that. And we're back to just like more of an Edge style Karrion Kross, which I'm very, very excited about. We saw Dexter Loomis come back.
Working on a return angle as we speak.
Yes.
And not even officially back, but just like...
And I've been a Dexter Loomis fan, if you remember, since the very first episode of this podcast.
Been a Dexter stan for a while.
Yes. I don't know what that means, but sure.
Big fan.
Okay.
Mark. Let's say Mark.
Which I think is very exciting because, especially the Dexter Loomis thing, let's just kind of jump into it. I think it's very interesting, the Dexter Loomis angle, because we did see the glove in the background of the Austin Theory
Dolph
Ziggler skirmish. Kerfuffle. Let's stick with kerfuffle. The kerfuffle in the back, there was a hand like waving frantically, kind of cartoonishly almost, that obviously looked like Dexter Loomis's gloved hand, leading everyone to believe that Dexter Loomis is going to come back and put together his former faction from NXT, The Way. Which was a faction that included Loomis, Austin Theory, Johnny Gargano, and Johnny Gargano's wife. I know it. I know it. Oh my gosh.
Candice LeRae.
Yes, Candice LeRae. Because I used to be a big Candice LeRae fan. I thought she was really great in the ring, and I was mad when they cut her. Anybody who wants to see one of the most evil finishers in all of female wrestling, it is Candice LeRae's finisher. I think it's called the Wicked Stepsister, and you pull the arms back into like a surfboard lock, and then you curb stomp the face.
Oh goodness!
It is terrifying.
They're also teasing that Indy Hartwell is going to be coming up.
Indy Hartwell, yes,
from NXT, because they, I believe, had some sort of like love letter angle on NXT this past week from Dexter Loomis. So
very excited about that. What's got you like pretty excited?
Well, listen, we got Dakota Kai, of course.
Dakota Kai's come back, yes.
Scarlett Bordeaux, of course, we just said. Hit Row,
yes,
came back this past week. All three.
No, there's four of them.
Oh, there's four of them?
Minus one of them because he's in AEW.
Oh, okay. Well, we got three. Yeah. And we got back B-Fab, who was the catalyst of them getting fired before. Because they said, basically, Vince said, we're going to bring you guys up, but we're not going to keep B-Fab. And they're like, well, we're a package deal. So they
have one of the best call-ups, in my personal opinion. They have one of the best call-up promos because they establish who they are almost immediately. Like, she walks in and goes, they call me a beef. This is an inappropriate impression. They call me B-Fab because I be fabulous. And then the next guy was like Isaiah Adonis. He goes, and Adonisly, I'm about to take this place over. And I just thought that was one of the coolest lines. I loved it.
Oh, gosh. All right. We also got Brandy Rhodes has started wrestling in-house live events. So
For WWE?
For WWE. So
Oh,
she's
I had
being
not
brought
heard
in.
that at all.
And then not on TV yet, but confirmed to have made a deal to return Sasha Banks and Naomi, which I think we talked about last time.
Yeah.
So all of those under Triple H. Most exciting for me right now, like Karrion Kross is very exciting. His return was very like surprising and like, hey, what the heck? That's Karrion Kross and Scarlett. They're back, and there's a egg timer. But the Dexter Loomis thing. The build up around it, the weirdness of this kind of him getting dragged out from the front row.
Yeah.
Him hiding in the back behind,
We're telling
set
stories.
pieces. Yeah. This is a story that they're going somewhere. I'm really excited.
This is a story.
First, I got punched in the face. I was like, oh no. And then I'm like, this is a story.
And a good one.
A good one. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with this. And you have, like you said, shared your love for Dexter Loomis for a long time, and I started watching NXT a little bit more fervently because of Dexter Loomis, because of your love for him. I got to see this guy, and then 2 weeks later, he was injured and gone for a year.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, forget that then. And so I've never really got to see a polished Dexter Loomis bit, but it's been on my bucket list. So
I think it's really the thing that caught my attention is it's almost the Fiend without the Fiend, if that makes sense.
The Fiend without the...
It's a very polished version of the Bray Wyatt character. It's somewhere between those two. It's not the same, but it's a good take on it.
I got you.
Wyndham Rotunda. Do we think we're going to see a Wyndham Rotunda return? Wyndham Rotunda return.
Okay. So.
Oh my gosh.
You just kicked everything.
Kick it all.
Hurt yourself?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, but I'm fine.
Yeah, no, he posted something on Twitter kind of right after Triple H had taken over.
So the deal is the people are clamoring for Bray Wyatt's return.
Yeah.
Every time something mysterious happens, fans freak out online, say that it's Bray Wyatt finally returning. The Edge return vignettes, even though it was very clearly Edge, and we're like, but it could be.
You would not believe how many people were 100% convinced that was Bray Wyatt.
Right? This past Raw, you even alluded to it in the first segment about whose gloved hand was that. A lot of people were like, that's it. That was it. That was the hurt and heel glove. That's him. That's Bray Wyatt. He's back. And it's not.
It's not.
Bray had a Vince quote on his Twitter. Not even a tweet, but on his bio.
Yeah.
That said something like, begin again, kid. It's what you do. And that came out just as Vince had stepped down. Yeah. That people thought that's a signal. He's returning to WWE. He's going to begin again in WWE. Fresh start. But the bottom line is, if Triple H doesn't bring back Bray Wyatt, it will be one of the biggest missed opportunities to please the fans, I think, in this whole change.
I'm willing to wait a long time to make sure we get Bray Wyatt right.
I'm willing to wait until Rumble, WrestleMania, if we need to. But if you don't get it by then, I think you're missing the boat.
Let the character be established. Whatever character it's going to be.
Dude, the same thing they're doing with Dexter Loomis, except not seeing him on TV. A long build up of just little things happening.
Yeah.
Little, like, what is this about? And having no idea kind of thing. Nothing obvious for a long time, but just weird things happening. Build that sucker up.
Yeah.
Make it a big freaking deal.
Who else do we think could come back? There's a lot of people who have left AEW disgruntled.
Yeah.
Or who are disgruntled in AEW.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny in and of itself, but we'll talk about that some other time. But, you know, like Keith Lee really did. I mean, you want to talk about somebody who they let bust in AEW.
Right.
I mean, it was almost immediate. They did the exact same thing to him there as they did in WWE.
WWE main roster. Such a waste, dude, to let him go in both cases.
Yeah.
Such a waste to let him just be pushed to the side because he was such a big deal in NXT. Like, he has the ability to be a top roster guy. Adam Cole is the same thing. Adam Cole in NXT was on a bullet train. He was on the top. He was the top for so long.
He was NXT.
Yeah. And then he got cut. Then he went to AEW, and it was a big fanfare and much ado, and then nothing. Like, it is not the bullet train to success that everyone was hoping it would be for Adam Cole.
Yeah.
I think this is one of Triple H's top guys. Bringing him back.
Yeah. But
bullet train.
But I have one condition for bringing Adam Cole back. You have to bring back Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's obvious that's what the people want. They were Undisputed Era in NXT, and then they went to AEW, and it's like, well, we don't want anything different.
Right.
I mean, they literally were just like, we're not even going to change the entirety of your faction's name when you come to AEW. We're just going to make it our thing.
I have another, maybe not a deal-breaking thing, but a request if we're bringing back Adam Cole.
Okay.
We got to bring back Josiah Williams. And Josiah Williams has got to wrap him to the ring every pay-per-view.
Every single pay-per-view. That's what he gets paid the big bucks to do.
He should be the freaking manager.
I'm sorry. Our boy, Josiah Williams.
Our home dog.
Let's see Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe. Yeah, we talked about him the last show. Like almost a guarantee, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, you'd eat your hat, I think.
Yeah.
If Samoa Joe doesn't turn back up in WWE.
Yes.
And then Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
Almost a certainty. Almost a sure thing.
Do you think it really is just because of the faith that they have in Triple H. It's
like dude, most of these names that we've listed that have come back or that we want to come back, aside from Bray Wyatt, really, because Bray Wyatt's kind of classic NXT. He's game show NXT. But most of these names, they are the next generation of WWE that they just let walk right out the door.
Yeah.
Or kicked him out the door.
Yeah.
And that was just,
okay.
I'll never understand.
One more name. And it would be the biggest.
Okay.
Of all of wrestling. Even bigger than when he left WWE and showed up in AEW. Daniel Bryan.
Oh, yeah. And
do you think?
Absolutely.
CM Punk?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
CM Punk doesn't even like AEW right now. CM Punk, I think, is realizing I just don't like professional wrestling. I think that's where he's getting to. He just doesn't like, he's like my older brother. He can't work with anybody. He's eventually going to punch somebody in the face.
To the 2 words family therapy. No, I get that. I do.
But Daniel Bryan, 100%. He's already come out and said he wouldn't mind working with them again. And the only reason he really went to AEW is because he knew they would let him do a little bit more and he'd get to stretch his legs a little bit more one more time.
Now, I think that Jon Moxley's staying.
Yeah. I would love to see, and look, but Triple H has said in the past, he is open to some sort of cross-promotional thing. I don't think that's something that could happen right away. But like eventually having some sort of crossover card, for some big event with Jon Moxley.
I mean, you already have the graphic Forbidden Door. It's just do that pay-per-view.
Dude, a John Moxley Roman Reigns thing, I'd love it. I'd be all there for it.
CM Punk, John Cena.
Yeah.
Like, do you realize how much money? You just realize how much money? Like, Triple H just made money me saying that. Like, his bank account number went up all of a sudden. Yeah. He doesn't know where it happened, but, you know, he's like, oh, yeah, somebody said somebody said John Cena, CM Punk.
This will need to be a middle segment at some point, doing a Forbidden Door for WWE versus AEW. I
am down. So, well, you know, let us know what you guys think down in the comments. If you're, do we put this on YouTube?
Yeah, we go on YouTube.
Okay, put this on YouTube. If you're on the YouTubes, go down to the comments. Let us know who you're excited about or who you think would be very, very exciting. Or just go over to our socials and just talk to us at 2words LTN. We're pretty conversational. We like talking to people. Let us know what you think.